Hi guys, it is Wednesday and I'm doing a Wellness Wednesday lunch slot all around how to be happy at work. Sorry, Facebook keeps disappearing. Okay, live stream is experiencing performance issues. Oh, I do love Facebook when it does this. 1 second, let me clear. It says I've got too many things open on my computer. I hope you're well. I'd love for you guys to jump in and talk to me about what's going on for you today. I'd love to hear from you, and also if you're looking back on replay, put hashtag replay so I can see that you're here. I wanted to talk to you guys today about work-life balance and around happiness at work. It's National International Happiness at Work Week. There's a mouthful for you. So today is all about kind of talking to you guys a bit about like how you know you're happy at work, how you know unhappy is too unhappy, and what to do about it. So I kind of wanted to spend a bit of time talking with you guys a bit about this because it's the week and it feels relevant, but also it's a massive topic that a lot of people are coming to me with at the moment. I think it's something that we put up with it, don't we? We put up with not being fully happy at work. And it's something that is obviously massive in terms of where we spend most of our time. Facebook looks like it's jumping from my end, so I hope it's okay where you are. I hope you can hear me and see me okay. It's saying that it's experiencing problems. So this is the problem with live, isn't it? But yeah, do jump in and tell me. I can't even see. They've changed all the settings, and I now can't see who's with me. So if you're with me, please pop a message in so I can see you. I think there is. I might try and access it on my phone so I can actually see what's happening. It's all very bizarre. But yeah, it would be great to talk with you guys a bit about kind of like looking at what we can do to support you, if there's things that you need to sort of start to think about changing within your working week to make your work better for you, basically. So I know when we think about satisfaction at work, we think a lot about, you know, getting a sense of purpose. What's it doing now? The current frame rate is too low. I don't know what that means. Maybe there's a tech person, there's a frame rate, who knows. But hopefully you can, oh, it seems to have stabled now. Hopefully that's okay. Right, that's weird, isn't it? Okay, well hopefully you can hear me and you got what I'm here to talk with you guys about. But yeah, basically I wanted to check in with you. I know it's been a bit quiet in here recently. There's lots going on, as you're probably aware of, and yeah, just trying to find my feet with fitting everything in, really. Like most of us, it's the balance, right? So I wanted to talk with you a bit. Oh, let me try and there we go. Yeah, talk to you a bit about kind of how to help you with work stuff. So, like, if you are struggling with your happiness at work, and also if you're not, so if you're really happy at work, you know, what makes a happy work environment? I think we all have kind of differing views. For me, it's like looking forward to seeing people. I think that's quite a big thing, like feeling part of a team, feeling part of something, you know, knowing that, you know, with managers and staff, knowing that you get that kind of praise if you've done something well, or that, you know, they're appreciating what you're doing, feeling valued, I think is massive in terms of creating that kind of happiness part of things for you, or for me anyway. And for me, it's the extra things, like it's the going for a walk at lunchtime with somebody, or stepping away from the desk and having some lunch with somebody, having a chat about what was on telly last night. All of those things I think we've sort of lost a little bit during lockdown, and with many offices and companies not going back to full time, I think it's causing the people have lost that space, really. So I think it's really interesting to think about that side of things as well. And then there's a self-employed element. Obviously now I'm self-employed, so I don't have a team, I don't have an office to go to. So it's that kind of, how do you stay happy at work as a self-employed person as well? Like, you know, many of the people in here are self-employed as well. So you know, all of those things. And I think, you know, what I wanted to say first of all is about kind of having those clear boundaries, isn't it? We talk about boundaries quite a lot in the work that I do with people because it is so important, and I think it's something that we do struggle with, especially through COVID. You know, the boundaries have been completely blurred. You know, we've been working from home more. There's quite a difference in terms of, like, I think for people, like, if you're not commuting, you feel like you should still start work at whatever time it is that you would normally commute. Oh, sorry, my eyes have got a bit funny as well. So having that kind of time and space to think about your working day and get really clear boundaries about what that looks like is really important. You know, I think for those of us, when it works well, I think it works really well, and you're kind of, you know, you're in the flow, you know what you're doing, you don't feel overwhelmed because you know what's coming, you know what's happening in your day. So all of those things, I think, you know, really, really massively help. I think the bit where people come unstuck quite often is that kind of, you know, perfectionist side of things, the expectations we put on ourselves and the expectations that companies put on us as well. I think, you know, I think sometimes they're really unrealistic what they expect people to do in a day. And it's about feeling comfortable and confident in your own work ethic and integrity to say, actually, I can't do that, that's too much, I can't do that, and saying no. And that's again down to boundaries, isn't it? But it's also just something about kind of understanding our own levels of expectations. And I know that changes as we go through, you know, different parts of our lives. You know, through COVID, you know, I was working with people that were trying to continue on the same level of work ethic that they had, but also trying to homeschool kids. And obviously you can't split yourself twice, you can't do that. So, you know, understanding and readjusting your expectations and the company's expectations and unlearning that perfectionist world is massive. So there's a phrase that I've sort of followed quite a lot, is done is better than perfect, and just getting things over the line. It's not going to be your best work necessarily, but it's about the learning that you take from that sort of going forward. So I think those things are really key in terms of maintaining staff happiness. Also thinking about activities outside of work. I don't know what a lot of you guys do outside of work. I'm really into fitness, as you probably can tell by the posts that come out here and there. But I make sure that I do the fitness stuff, and I make sure that I see friends, because for me those things are really important. So making sure that you're doing something outside of work and it's not just work. You know, we often think, don't we, like, oh, you know, if there's a spare bit of time in our day, we sort of quite often sort of lean towards doing admin. But actually it's about taking that step away and going, actually, I need a workout, or I need to phone somebody, or I need to do something else. So just being able to really prioritise your week and looking at where you can fit things in is massive, especially when you've got a family and you've got other responsibilities as well. Like whether you're caring for older relatives or you've got, you know, young kids that you're trying to manage as well, and all the different clubs. And I think, you know, COVID is a really good opportunity for us to take a step back and reflect. You know, with a lot of companies going back into office world now, it is looking at how it's almost like re-establishing the boundaries again. Like, how can I make this work environment a happier place to be? Is this the right working environment for me? Does it align to my values? Does it align to what I believe and what I care about with my life? Do I feel respected? And if not, what can we do about it? And I think that's the thing. You know, people often come to me, I need a career change, I need to change jobs, this isn't the right job for me. And then when we unpick it, sometimes the job isn't the right job, sometimes it's about stuff that's going on for the individual personally, or sometimes it's about actually like speaking to the employer and getting that understanding of how that job can be the right job. And those are the things that, you know, when we think about asking for help and we think about the things that we can do to help, those are the things that are really important. So you've got somebody that's sort of fighting your corner that you can kind of sound off to, whether that's a friend and family member, whether that's somebody from work, there's often HR departments or someone that you can bend an ear about, or whether that's someone like myself where you just need some sort of outside support just to try and get back on track with things. So there's lots of things that are really important when we think about like our happiness. And I don't know about you guys if you've ever been in an unhappy environment, but it can feel really toxic and feel really difficult. I've worked with workplace bullies. I've been in environments where it's really, really stressed and tense and just like not a very nice place to work. And I've been in some amazing teams where we've done like shared lunches and team days and nights out and social stuff, and stepping away and doing shared lunches and just having that space to just talk and be your own person. And I think those are the really important things to kind of keep going as much as possible. And I know through lockdown there's been lots of difficulties with being able to do that. You know, like I think when I was working in a team, just setting aside time for a virtual coffee with someone is you know, just as important as having like those meetings that you need to have, isn't it? Just making that time to check in with someone and go, how are you? You know, how are you really doing? And also just general chit chat about what was on the telly the day before. So, you know, in terms of looking at whether you're working in an office environment or you're working at home, you know, trying to find things that you can do to make your working week happy and fun. That's what we want. You know, we're at the end of the day, we are you know, working to live, not living to work. So we don't want to be spending all our hours in our day working. So it's making sure that we have that other stuff as well. So I'm a bit confused about what's going on with Facebook. I'm hoping you can see me because it keeps freezing my end. But I think that was kind of all I wanted to share today. I'd love to hear from you guys about like how you work as a team, like what things you guys do that make your teams really good, like whether it's you know, someone is the baker or the social person or someone makes the teas or whatever it is. I'd love to hear from you about what makes your day happy at work, what you enjoy doing. I'm going to stop the video because it keeps doing weird things and I'm not quite sure what it's thinking about, but it's been really great to chat to you. Drop me a message, and if you want to talk, remember I am offering support, so do get in touch, and I'm more than happy to help. And I think that's the other thing, is knowing when you get to that point as well, just as an extra thing. You know, knowing when you get to that point where you do need a bit of support. And I think sometimes we keep going and we feel like it's a failure. I know when I hit burnout, I would never have sought support because I would have thought it would be that I should be able to manage this, and that, you know, like it's a sign of weakness, but it's really not. And you know, if you can prevent yourself going down that path, it's much better than trying to work through it, and quite often working through it causes a lot more stress and strain. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is a company that I've partnered up with, is something called First Beat. So First Beat are a company that deal with a lot of biofeedback. So what I should be getting at some point today or tomorrow is this biofeedback machine, which measures stress and recovery levels. So it's going to be amazing, because what it's going to be able to do is to really track things that are going on for people, so that we can look in real time, you know, if you are having like periods of stress, high stress in your job, high stress at home, whatever it is, we can look at like how long it takes you to recover out from that. So you know, when we go into stress mode, we go into fight and flight, and our body needs time to recover from that. What's happening a lot at the moment is that people aren't having that recovery time, and then, you know, then you go again and then you go again, and so it's sort of creating quite a lot of burnout for people. So this system's going to be great, because what we'll be able to see is like a wellness score. It will give you like a wellness score of like where your stress levels are at. We'll be able to then implement some strategies and then see whether or not it works. So if you are interested in finding out more about that, I've put something on my website, so do go and have a look. There's a little intro video that they sent us in terms of what's there. And feel free to speak to me about it, and I'm happy to talk through, you guys, and when I have the device I'll jump on and show you so that you can see what it's all about. So I hope everything's been good for you, and I'll speak with you soon. Love to hear about what's going on for you guys and what you need help with. Okay, take care, bye.